this is Cecilia from Tarot by Cecilia, and today is Friday, July the 3rd, 2020. The tarot card for today is the Four of Cups by artist Sue Rundle Hughes for 78 Tarot Astral, which, if I can remember correctly, because I'm having a hard time keeping up, is the fourth deck in the 78 Tarot series, and I know that many of you have been collecting them, and there are some that are no longer available now. So we are expecting out later this year their ecological deck, and they just get better each time. I will keep you posted as I know more about that. You know, sometimes the cards, they're very, very simple. Like you could draw a 10 of Wands on your grocery shopping day, and it's merely you trying to carry all the bags in at one time, that heavy load. Today's card is similar in effect, okay? Maybe a little bit deeper in some sense, but in the fact that here we are in a Mercury retrograde, all of today is going to be void until, and it's void in Sagittarius. So when I say until, it's until we reach the Capricorn moon tomorrow, which of course in 2 days will become full, and we will be having our third and final eclipse, which will be a penumbral lunar eclipse at 13 degrees Capricorn. This card very much seems to embody the feeling of the day. You know, it's time to just kind of withdraw. Now, I know not everyone is in the position, because this week many more people are returning to work in some areas, so that might not be possible. But the feeling of kind of going within, and that, you know, meditation, contemplation, that type of thing, just maybe taking a little time out, having an assessment period for yourself at some point during the day. Not just where am I going and what am I doing, but what do I want in my life? You know, when you look at this card and you see what is before you, okay, does it suit your needs? Is it working? Okay, do you still want it? Because sometimes when we see this, there's a dissatisfaction with the status quo. In, you know, the fours, there's that looking for that contentment. But there's a little lesson that comes with this, okay? You know, what is it that you may be ignoring, all right? It's like you look at the card, there's something on offer. There's a really good card in a deck. I think it might be called the Cook's Tarot. That may be the wrong name, but it's a deck that is very colorful and illustrated in such a way that just looking at it, you can really get what it's about. And the Four of Cups is about a little kid in a candy store. One specific thing, you know, would you ever have a child that you took into a store and they're throwing a fit because they absolutely have to have something, when there's so much that's on offer and they're not seeing everything that is there, not seeing the possibilities, okay? There may be a lot of other better things that are available, but the child's only seeing that one specific candy. And, you know, this is a question you need to be asking yourself today when you're assessing, am I ignoring things that could be good for me in my life? And that's not an endorsement for candy, but the card example is a really good one. And, you know, it's just, you're in a major, crucial time period. And many of you, I see the responses in the comments, especially in my Patreon. People are listening to what I have to say about the long term and what is coming, and they're understanding, you know, what their goals are and the things that they need to do. And days like today, where you have, you know, this Mercury retrograde, which is about review, and you have a void, which is about basically kind of retreating. You know, you don't try to go forward with either one. So you take the time out. You take the time out to assess. You may not receive any answers today if you're asking questions, but you may get some better insight into your own self, into what makes you tick, okay? And sometimes that can be important because we react to things in life, and maybe it's time to begin to react differently, to think differently, and to choose differently, and to open our eyes to the possibilities. I want to thank you all very much for being here. I'll see you here again tomorrow, and as always, have a great day.